Alright, let's be honest. If you've ever watched Donald Trump speak, you've probably thought, how did this guy become president?
I'm very highly educated. I know words, I have the best words.
But here's the thing. If Trump is so stupid, how did he become one of the most powerful people in the world? And if being smart is a requirement for leadership, why do so many intelligent people never ever come close to power? Hello, I'm Anna Leo and welcome to my channel Unlocking Growth. Here we talk all about psychology, motivation, and inner growth. First, let's define what we even mean by stupid. Because when people call Trump dumb, they're actually talking about his verbal skills. He rambles, he repeats himself, he contradicts his own statements.
The kidney has a very special place in the heart.
But intelligence is more than just how well you talk. Nobel Prize-winning author Daniel Kahneman explains that intelligence comes in two forms. System 1 thinking, fast, emotional, and instinctive, good for persuasion. And System 2 thinking, slow, logical, analytical, good for problem solving. Here's where things get interesting. Politics rewards System 1 thinking. People don't vote based on logic. They vote based on emotion, identity, and gut feelings. And Trump? He's a master of emotional manipulation, which is a different kind of intelligence. In 2018, a Princeton study found that politicians who use simpler language are seen as more trustworthy and relatable. And guess what? Trump speaks at a 4th grade reading level. That's not an insult. That's a strategy. When you talk like an intellectual, people think, this guy is smart. But when you talk like an average person, people think, this guy gets me. That's why Trump's dumb way of speaking actually works in his favor. Robert Cialdini, the godfather of persuasion psychology, explains that repetition and simplicity are key to influence. Trump repeats his messages over and over. Fake news, build the wall, make America great again. It sounds dumb, but that's why it sticks. Here's the hard truth. Voters don't pick the smartest leader. They pick the most charismatic one. Studies show that charisma beats intelligence almost every time. Trump may not be an intellectual, but he is confident. Even when he's wrong, he never hesitates. Entertaining. People watched his rallies like they were reality TV. Unpredictable. The media covered him 24/7 because they never knew what he'd say next. Psychologists have found that the dominant leader attracts followers even when they make terrible decisions. Why? Because people would rather follow a decisive idiot than an uncertain genius. Okay, so we've established that Trump seems dumb. But is he actually? Let's look at his track record. Turned a family business into a global brand. Mastered the media for decades. Won the presidency with no political experience. Kept millions of people loyal even after losing. None of this happens by accident. Even if you hate him, you have to admit, Trump has a kind of street smarts that most people underestimate. And that's why things are where they are. Scott Adams, the creator of Dilbert, wrote a whole book about how Trump is a master persuader. He uses psychological tactics that work even when they shouldn't. Remember Trump saying,
I could stand in the middle of Fifth Avenue and shoot somebody and I wouldn't lose any voters, okay?
Crazy? Absolutely. Wrong? Apparently not. So what's the lesson here? Trump isn't smart in a traditional sense, but he understands how humans work. He knows that simple beats complex. Confidence beats correctness. Charisma beats credentials. And that's why dumb people can become presidents. Because politics isn't about IQ. It's about persuasion, emotion, and power. So next time you wonder, how did this guy win? The better question is, why did people follow him? What do you think? Is Trump actually dumb or just playing a different game? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe for more psychology deep dives.